Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the round 15 review between St Kilda Western Bulldogs at Marvel Stadium on Sunday, 21st June, 3:15 p.m. at Melbourne time. So that's today. Before I talk about it, I'd like to introduce you to my tutoring school that I do at the start of every recording. It's called the Reiki School of Excellence. As you can see the logo on the top right. It's an academic tutoring school founded by my wife and I. We run group and individual classes for years 5 to 12 maths across all levels, except specialist maths, as well as in jazz drumming, octopad, which is an electronic percussion instrument, and South Indian classical drums. So if you have a child or if you know any loved one who might be interested, please ask them to jump on board. As enrollments are open throughout the year, my wife looks after the enrollment and admin side of things, and I look after the teaching syllabus and fees side of things. Okay, so please jump on board. We'll be more than happy to help. Okay, so over to the game. Well, not the result we wanted, but at least we were very competitive. If you look at the final score, St Kilda 8 goals, 13-61 to the Bulldogs 12-11, 83. So very, very competitive effort, I have to admit. Very, very competitive. Unfortunately, turning the ball over, entries into the 50 were a bit woeful. Look, umpiring was questionable both ways, but I thought the boys hung in there. Cruel by injuries to Sinclair, TDK, Marshall, crucial players for us, but I thought the boys can take a leaf out of this because the last 3 times, as you know, every time the Saints used to play the Bulldogs, they used to lose by 60 to 70 points. And 2023 was the last time Saints thrashed the Dogs by 52 points in Ross Lyon's first stint at coach. So, look, it was all about how well we could learn from our last 3 encounters, and I thought we learned it well. Not from a win-loss perspective, but at least from a competitive perspective, isn't it? Okay? I thought Naz, Winhager, Garcia and Hall were terrific today, outstanding, led from the front, and I really thought our forward line was a little bit quiet. I thought Darcy also played as well, okay? Cooper Sharman took some good marks, hit the scoreboard, but I thought it was a pretty quiet day. Our defense was terrific. Carl Wilkie, Jack Silvani, and you had Liam Stocker down there, Brad Hill. I thought did very well to hold and mitigate the Dogs' influence because you look at the last 3 years, the Bulldogs have kicked well over 100 plus points, and this time we kept them to 83. Okay, of course they missed a few easy shots on goals, and so did the Saints. The Saints more so because they kicked more goals, more behinds than goals. So it works both ways. Okay. So I'll take you through my quick review points. So the first one being, they competed well and learned from the previous encounters. Absolutely, not to get blown away. Yes, they didn't win, but at least they didn't get blown away. And that last quarter was getting to 30, 34 points. I'm like, oh no, have we got vibes of the last 3 encounters? But to the boys' credit, they pegged the goal back. And just for those who don't know, if it was not for Ryan Burns' goal late in that last quarter, we would have been below GWS in the ladder. So thank God for his goal that helped us keep our spot in that respective position. Okay? Number 2, we lacked a little bit of polish. We kicked over the forward players' heads and, we need to work on that. Every time we went over Mitch Owens' head, a bit over Sharman's head, a little bit over Max Hall's head, Higo's head, and they're a good rebound team, the Bulldogs. So if you do that, they'll feast on that, and that's what they did. Okay. Number 3, I really pray all goes well for Sinks, TDK, Marshall's injuries. It didn't look good, but it wasn't that bad either. Like, the bye couldn't come at a better time, to be very honest with you, because this is the time where we need to regroup and regather, to be very honest. So I think the true lesson is assess the first half of the year, see what went wrong, regroup, and come back cherry up against Essendon, because our draw gets a bit easier than this. So no excuses after the bye. Number 4, and this is not the reason we lost, but atrocious umpiring calls during most parts of the game. Max Hall, unlucky not to be gifted the goal, ran in beautifully and kicked the goal. Marshall was strangled a lot by Norton and was allowed to take the mark. And then when Liam Ryan went for the ball, took a specky. He went for the ball, you could tell his eyes on the ball, he was penalised, so a lot was questionable. Both plays. And number 5, I thought set shine goals were missed during crucial moments of the game, absolutely. You look at Mitch Owens in the last quarter, to put them within striking distance, 2-3 goals. He missed a few gettable shots on goal. So that really hurt, and that was within his reach. And we had Cal Wilkie, who was gifted a 50 but also missed, although he's not a goal kicker. Number 6, how good is this recruit? Jack Silvani, the junior sauce. He continues to have a blinder down the back line. Boy, he's one of the reasons we limited the Bulldogs to only 83 points. Something that's pretty rare to the Bulldogs. They're a pretty high scoring team, but Jack Silvani, take a bow. When Wilkie was all over the other areas of the ground, Silvani really shouldered the mantle and really stepped up and continues to be an amazing leader down back. And number 7, how good is Campbell Lake getting each game, guys? He's hard at it. Obviously, he's not playing like a 50 game yet. He's still young, but each game he's going into a very fine, young, talented, very confident player. Backs himself and kicked an absolute beauty in that third quarter that brought the house down, really. So I thought he was terrific, and he can take a lot out of the way he played his game. He should be very, very proud of himself. Okay? So these are my review points, guys. I'll leave it there. Please comment your thoughts. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't to this channel. The more subscribers, the better. We have a bye next week, so probably my next video will be about probably a review of the games so far, like a summary, and then what to look out for in the second half before we start getting into the subsequent games in the second half of the year. Okay? Take care, have a great week ahead, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.